Okay, so what's up YouTube? It is Matchuckums89 and I'm here to do another video on my IUD, another update. On the last video, I talked a little bit, I don't even remember the video, so I'm just going to go over what I remember. I'm going to talk about my period and how heavy it is and the smell, and that I was going to go to the doctor's. So I have gone to the doctor's. I just went last Thursday. That was as soon as I could get in. So it's Sunday now. I went on Thursday. And before I get to that, let me give you an update since that it's been like 2 months since I've done a video. So after that last video, things have been pretty much easy breezy lemon squeezy. My last 2 periods were very, very light. No smell after that either. Very minimum smell, I'll say that. I don't remember smelling, but it's been 2 months, 2 periods. So I don't remember a smell after my last video, but it was very, very light. So that could be why there wasn't much of a smell, because it was a very, very light flow. So I've had 2 periods. I should be coming on my period now, any day now. But like I said, let me go ahead and fill you guys in with what has been going on, and I'll tell you what, just recently. I mean, normally when I have my period, I have the cramps the week before, or maybe 3 or 4 days before that, and then, it's my period, bam, bam, whatever, it's done. This last month, October, things have been a little different for me, though. Actually, I believe my period was so light that I don't even remember having a period, but I remember having a period because I got a yeast infection in September. So that is something I need to update you guys on. I got a yeast infection in September. It was the second last week of September. I got a yeast infection, and the reason I believe I got a yeast infection is because I believe I am allergic or very sensitive to my boyfriend's sperm or semen. And I've actually been having a lot of problems in the last year. It has been a full year since I've had these problems. I've been with my boyfriend. It'll be 2 years in December. It's November. So next month we would have been together for 2 years. So it's been a full year I've been having these problems, and the first like the first year basically we used condoms during intercourse, because we didn't want to get pregnant, of course, and I was on birth control, but we used condoms and birth control pills because I didn't want any accidents. And then last year October is when we started not using the condoms, because it was like heightened sensation basically. And that's actually where I put 2 and 2 together. I never thought that these problems have been present because of the non-condom intercourse. So this whole year I've been going through these yeast infections, and after having sex, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to be nasty, but we used to have sex like a lot. We were fucking excuse my language, we were rabbits when we first got together. It was like sex every day, 4, 5, 6 times a day. So we had sex a lot, but it was a lot of condoms we were using. So that was another thing. It's like, well, I'm trying to buy all these condoms. I'm all out of condoms, so it's better anyway. So in October last year, I got a yeast infection, my first yeast infection, and I was like, oh my God, what's going on? What is wrong with me? And it was my yeast infection. I got Monostat 7, the little oval thingies, and it never cleared it up right. It cleared up the cottage cheese discharge, but the sensitivity, the itching went away. So the discharge and the itching went away from Monostat 7. But sex was never, ever, 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 ever the same. So it's been a whole year, and our sex, we probably have sex like maybe twice a month now. And it's hard because, I want sex, but my vagina can't take it. So I've been going through this a year with these painful sex. And last year in October I went to the clinic. They gave me some medicine. I took the medicine. It didn't do anything for me, but it was an urgent care clinic, so I didn't go back. I had actually went to a regular specialist a gynecologist, and she said that, well, you still have a yeast infection, and she, I don't even think she gave me medicine. She just said you still have a yeast infection, we'll test you for STDs. That was it in January. So February, I moved to Washington, and I just had these symptoms again. I went to another clinic in maybe April, and she's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, it's all in your head. And she gave me some paperwork and said, the paperwork was like, well, some girls feel like they're having premarital sex before marriage and it's all psychological. But I know my body, and I didn't have a problem with the first 10 months, so it wasn't going to be affecting me now that we in a 1.5 year relationship, and now I'm scared, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be having sex because I'm not married. No. So that was in April. And September, I got another yeast infection, and I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing wrong where every time I have sex, I get a yeast infection? And I thought it was like, well, maybe I need to just wash up right after sex, because that'll help the pain. I'll, have sex, I'll wash up, and then I started putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, well, the only thing that hurts, like, sometimes we have sex and I'll come. And then I don't want to have sex no more because, like, I'm done. We'll do something for you later. And then sometimes we'll have sex and he comes and I don't, get anything. But I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I felt like a sailor. I'm going to try and calm that down because, other people are watching this besides me. And I get mad because I'm like, well, you came, I didn't come. What kind of is that? And I'm sitting here all this pain and you got yours and I didn't get mine. So I figured out, when I come, I'm fine. When he comes and he ejaculates inside me, it hurts. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm allergic to his semen. I never thought about that, but just recently after I had this last yeast infection last month, September, I thought the only thing was he came inside me, and that was it. I even took a shower right after. So that was the thing. It eased the pain, but I still got a yeast infection. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to be allergic to his semen or something. So I got a yeast infection. I got some Monostat 7 again. I took it. It was a 7-day thing. I wanted to make sure it was gone. I took it. And my period came like one day after I was done with the Monostat 7. So my period, the last day actually, the last Monostat 7 I had, my period came that next day. So I thought everything was good. We're all cool. Everything's fine. I haven't had no sex since the yeast infection. And maybe 2 weeks after my period, maybe a week or 2 after my period, we had sex. I don't remember. I don't write these things down. But, so Wednesday, it's Sunday, last Wednesday, we had sex, and it was good sex. It was passionate. It was deep thrust and all that good stuff, whatever. And, I had the IUD, so I was kind of like, holding back. Like, I didn't want him to be that deep, but it was passionate, so I'm not going to stop. Man, I don't know. So after sex, he comes inside me, and he eats me out, whatever. And when he's eating me out, like, I had this pressure in my right side, my right abdominal area, and I had some anal pressure. And I had anal pressure that whole day at work because I thought, I'm going to go on my period, so that's just cramping. So while he's eating me out, I had pain on my right side and anal pressure, but I was like ignoring it because the heat of the moment kind of thing. And so he does his job, and I have an orgasm, great orgasm, and I can't really enjoy the orgasm because I'm in so much pain in my butt and my abdominal area. So, like, right after I came, I was kind of like paralyzed. I could not move because I had so much anal pressure and so much pain in my right abdominal area that I could not move for like a half hour, and I had to go to the doctor's the next day. So I was like, oh my God, what is going on with me? Why am I in so much pain? I tried to go to the bathroom. I thought maybe I